Hello and welcome back to Grim Survival. It is August 29th, 2019. I did not remember the date today. I actually looked at it on this little piece of paper in front of me because I have to write it down. You know, you'd think I'd remember something I have to write down every day, but I never do because I guess it's just not that important. Well, the real reason is probably because my days just kind of linger. They run together when you work 12, 14, 15, 16 hours a day. So, yeah, you lose track of them. Anyway, that's not the point of the video. Food shortage. We're talking about food shortage again because why not? Everybody else is. So let's go ahead and discuss. Well, not everybody. Let's just be honest here. The mainstream media is definitely not discussing it. The United States government is lying about it. Of course, I mean, they're trying to play it off. It's not that bad. And they're releasing reports on crop yield and things like that that are just outright untrue in the opinions of people that are like, I don't know, farmers. Like, they might know. So, I'm also going to give you a channel update here near the end of the video. So, let's just start with today's news. This has been going on for a couple of days, but if you've been following any kind of news, you might know this already. Tyson, you've probably heard of Tyson Chicken. Tyson also has beef plants, and they make food, okay? They specialize in meat products. Tyson has a lot of beef, and Tyson had a fire at one of their beef production facilities. This was a few days ago. 6% of all the beef in the United States came through that Tyson beef facility. So my predictions about beef prices and meat prices going down have just been made untrue due to Tyson's fire. It has completely shut down that facility. It's no longer there as far as I can tell. This is, of course, causing more and more of a food shortage that we were already seeing. Canned food shortage we've been having recently, probably last 2 months now. We've been saying it's due to probably panic buying, and that's been true most of the time. It's also true to the fact that Del Monte, they are very well known for canned vegetables and canned fruits, among other canned things, mostly fruits and vegetables, things like that. They are shutting down 3 plants in the northern parts of the Midwest now, including a corn packing plant in northern Illinois, where I'm sitting, a plant in Minnesota, another plant in Wisconsin. These 3 are being shut down. 2 of them are saying temporary shutdown. One of them is a permanent shutdown, and actually one of them is being sold to someone else. I believe it was the one in Minnesota being sold. So this is going to affect our economy because people are already losing jobs in the agriculture areas of the production here in the United States. Anything that has to do with agriculture, people are losing their jobs already. These 3 plants, I don't know how many people that they employed, but I assume it's in the hundreds. Between 3 production facilities, food production facilities, it's guaranteed to be in the hundreds, if not more than 1,000. So lots of people are starting to lose their jobs in a time where food prices are already going up. Basically, this goes back to the domino effect that we're creating, is we're going to end up with people that are now more desperate than they've ever been, and probably people that are going to end up homeless because they no longer have a job. And if they specialize in food production, those jobs are really going to be harder and harder to find now because everybody's downsizing. And Del Monte has outright admitted that they're doing it because of the corn yield in the United States. This is a multinational, worldwide company, Del Monte. They're not based in the United States. They may have been at some time, but they're currently not. So they don't need the United States for growing. And that's why they're pulling out. They're downsizing everything in the United States. This is a major company, and these are a lot of jobs. Everything's being downsized because there's just not enough crops. That they outright admitted that. They said that. That's why there's no corn. They hope to bring back some of these facilities when the growing goes back to normal. A lot of us don't believe that the growing's ever going to go back to normal. Some people do, some people don't. The climate change and the weather changes we're experiencing are to the extreme in all parts of the world. I woke up in south of Indianapolis, is where I live, and in Indiana, and south of Indianapolis in late August, temperatures were 55 degrees when I walked out of my house this morning. It was cold. I had to find a jacket. Northern Illinois, where I'm currently at, I got here at local time, Central Time. What time do I get here? About 9 or 10 a.m. Central Time is when I get here, and that's, average. So it was 60 degrees when I got here at 9 or 10 a.m. In Indianapolis, it had gotten warmer, but yeah, the growing regions are changing. This is not just climate change, it's affecting how we can grow, because corn requires certain temperatures to grow well. And I can tell you from what I've seen when I drive through all these back roads and farm roads and country roads where I have tractors in front of me. Like today, I had a tractor in front of me for about 15 minutes. I could not go around him. It happens when you drive through the farmlands. The point of the matter is, I drive through the farmlands. I see it every day. I drive through different areas also. I see different farmland every day. And this is all through the Midwest. And I can tell you for a fact that corn is not growing well. I will attempt to get close-up videos and better pictures of the corn crops a little bit later, or probably early next month, because it's hard for me to do. I can't just stop this truck in the middle of a road, but every now and then there are places I can go and stop. And there are places near where I live that are also farms, and they're having the same issues. So struggling farms are a big thing. Tyson's plant going up in smoke. Now we're struggling. Our meat supply is a lot lower than it used to be. We're already struggling with corn and food. Grocery stores are already seeing things just not coming back in stock. As a matter of fact, some of the things you haven't seen in stock when it comes to canned foods, canned corn and green beans, and the typical staples you see that are canned or have not been there because of Del Monte already. They have shortages. They've used up everything in their warehouses already, and they're not producing anymore because there's nothing to can. Cascading effect. 10 companies are now laying off. 10 the people who make the cans, the people who pack the cans, and the people who then mine the metal for the cans. It's a cascading effect. It's dominoes. It's all collapsing now. So the economy is being affected drastically by the food shortages. And I've said this in other videos. I will continue to say it and show pictures as I can. But that's just pretty much it for the news today. Is major agriculture and food companies in the United States are pulling the plug and jumping ship. There's just no money to be made. These people are in it for the money. There's no money to be made. They don't care if you starve to death. They care that, they don't have enough money to pay attention to you anyway. It just doesn't matter. They're out. They're done. So we're on our own now. One thing we can do, and it has been done in a lot of small towns throughout the United States already, communities are coming together. They're designating a plot of land that isn't being used. Sometimes it's someone's backyard. Sometimes it's a vacant lot. Parks, even in some rare occasions, are being used. And communities are coming together and prepping land to grow next spring. They're prepping because we're pretty late in the season now, and we're expecting an early winter. At least any of us who have a brain are expecting an early winter. Growing season's pretty much up. Unless you have some pretty good fall crops and you've already started them, I would suggest that you start them now if you have any hope of getting anything in October. But I'm thinking early October, late September frost. That's what I'm thinking. I'm just judging from the weather I see, and I'm out here in the weather every day. And the weather is not normal. It is a lot cooler than it's supposed to be in the Midwest. And I know other parts of the world, they have been hitting record temperatures, like record highs. It's hottest it's ever been in other parts of the world, which it kind of throws that grand solar minimum off in my view, but it mixes it, I guess, along with global warming. Is we have both, so you never know. It could be all BS. It could all be true. All right, so channel update. I have a new logo. I don't know if you've noticed. If you have, it's a little Grim Reaper with the red words Grim Survival. It's very noticeable in my opinion, because I see YouTube icons all the time on my phone. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and some of them are really hard to notice. So now I have one that's more noticeable. You're welcome. Yeah. I was also told I should go toward social media more, so I got a Facebook page for the first time ever that follows my channel, and I think Instagram or something like that. I don't know. I didn't make them. I outsourced that. I will be updating them with anything that happens that may be interesting as the day progresses. I may do it, I may not. It just depends on if anybody pays attention to it or not. If people are paying attention to it, it will get more attention from me. So that's just kind of how that works. It goes both ways. Other than that, channel goals are the same as they always have been, is to get as many followers as possible so I can turn them into minions so we can take over the world. So we're progressing slowly in that matter. I would have liked to have tens of thousands of minions by now and be marching on somebody, but hey, we get what we got, right? We're working on it. We'll get there, right? All right, so, one more thing about the channel is it was strongly suggested that I do videos from now on without my shirt on. It said I would get more subscribers. I disagreed because who wants to see, I haven't been in the sun in like years, literally. I'm pale and pasty. Nobody wants to see that. But hey, it was a suggestion. Let me know if you agree, because I don't, and it's not going to happen anyway, but you could tell me anyway. It might make me feel special. Hey, that's about as grim as we're going to get today. We're all going to die. Keep that in mind. If you haven't died yet, hey, at least you got to watch the video first.